So welcome back to part 2, and we'll move on to some other bits and pieces. Now I've got to put this right, so I've done two on the right here. Remove this piece of wire from the. So this is how we do it. It's just a pain in the backside. Hopefully you'll get the gist. So come off. Ah, wrong. I forgot to snip the wire on the other side. Bear with me. So we're going to closely nip that wire off. If you see that, like that. Now I should be able to get under there. And warts and all, as they say. All part and parcel of the DIY game. We got that bit out. Now I've got to clear a hole for my. There we go. So I've got some bits of wire here which are in fact not in effect. They are. Yeah, that's fine. I think that'll go in there. Got to go in the centre one. So these are old resistor legs, in actual fact. So we're going to just fashion this. So we're going into that earth point, and we're going to go into that one there. Like that. There we go. See that? We just solder them in place. I've got to make up a new rig for this camera because I just keep knocking it all the time. So we're going to just put that on there like that. New bit of solder. I'm just going to turn this board over. As I said, this is warts and all. I should have done this first time round. Then here we have. If I can find it, here it is. Here it is here. Here we have the other end of there, and it's just this center position. I don't like the look of that at all. Oh, that's better. There we go. Let's snip him off. So if we take a look at that. Oh, that's much better. I like that, that's much better. So as you can see, this 0 point goes here, which is connected to this ground, and off to this, and off to the grounds here. One of the problems, I believe, this doesn't sound so good. You've got too many star points. Instead of having one star point, you've got one there, star point there, star point here, star point here, and it's all mishmash. And I think there's too many tracks not required really as a design. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. So I'm going to carry on and do these two. and we'll push on. As you can see on this one, I've just put a bit of tubing on here because this crosses over this out of this device. I don't want this to short in any way. This one's quite clear, but this one is crossing there, so I don't want that to possibly. And I've just spun the board over, and we're just going to solder that centre pin just like that. So I've removed this capacitor. This is the feedback cap. So this is the negative side, and this little pin here So I've removed this cap, electrolytic, and I'm going to either replace it with the old-fashioned tantalum, which is historically what Naim would use, or one of these devices. One of these surface mount devices, which is these are very low ESR. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try and put this in, which means a bit of faffing about with some legs and some surface mount, and they are polarized, and you will see a banding. There's a grey area on the end here. This is the anode, the positive end here. Normally on a capacitor you get a banding on the negative, but on the surface mount devices, this particular, if I can get it out, I'm trying to get this thing out of here, bear with me, I'm going to use a bit of prying. Gosh, truth alive. You would normally, these they do advise that these devices are preheated, pre-stressed. I'm not going to bother. So I've got to try and get it on there like that. As a surface mount, which is it's a little bit tricky. I'm going to stick a bit of wire in this first hole here and bend that back, and that's going to form my track, so that this can sit like that. There you go, and that will do a grand job, he says, hopefully. So I'm just going to solder this on the other side of the board if I can. I've poked it through. I'm going to bend it over. In actual fact, I'm going to give it a bit more than that. Come on, you little swine. That's going to go in there like that. just got to whip this away a second so I can do it properly. There we go. Is it in the right hole? No, it's not. Just going to turn that round the face that way. Got to wait for the iron to warm up a bit for a second. Like that. Perfect. Now the actual device itself will sit like that. A little bit fiddly, but that'll be fine. I'm just going to put a little bit of, just align this bit better. That. There we go. That's one end on. We'll get the other end on. That's that'll be fine. I think that's got it. I'll just chop that leg off. Don't need that now. Lovely job. It's not pretty, but it will do the job. Yeah, lovely. So all I've got to do is do the other one, and I'll be back shortly. So on this 102 I'm working on, and we got some factory fitted BNCs which I want to remove, and I'll be replacing them with the old faithful phono. So we're just going to do a bit of judicious unsoldering, desoldering. Just like that. I think I might have the correct spanner. It might not be, I don't know. No, that's not the correct spanner. I'll just have to go to something more sturdy. We'll go for a pair of long nose. Once you just crack it, there's a way. There we go. He says. Now these are, I'd probably have to drill these out, these holes that these are in, because there's a cutout to stop them spinning, because this is a locking device. I mean, this has been glued in. I would imagine. Yeah. Well, you put some Loctite on this. Oh, it's been put on cross-threaded. I can't make up my mind which yet. We'll have a quick look in a second. Crikey, that's tight. Yeah, it's been put on cross-threaded from the factory. Come on. There you go. All chewed up. So they're fit for the bin only. And this one is not cross-threaded. I've previously done a video on how to replace these BNCs. I forget what I did it on now. Somebody asked me to do one. In actual fact, that does fit straight in there, so there's no drilling required. So there's a stepped flanged washer. It's having a bad day, this camera today. It just will not focus. There you go. So that fits perfectly in there. And a bank nut. Channel right, in actual fact, right is red. Not that it makes any difference. Channel 1 in Naim's world is red. Lovely. I think that spanner will fit these. Let's move that out of the way. Yeah. I'll just check these out, they're okay. We haven't shorted anything else. So we go from the live to ground, shall we? To a ground. Nothing there. Nothing there. That one's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. Lovely. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. So I'll reuse the screen cable that it came with. So it goes something like, one goes like that. Did it? Or one goes like that. So, which way round do we think? I think that goes like that. Right. Well, I don't know whether you can see this. I can see it, so there's the ground on the tab. Get in. Bear with me a second. I'm shaking like I don't know what. And this one doesn't seem to like to go. Oh, what a mess. I'll just tidy that up. There we go. There's one. And that'll go on the motherboard on the 102. Here's the other one. See if we can make a worse job of it this side, shall we? Better. And just tuck him under. Lovely. So there's our input. I'm going to link out. Oh, escapee spanner. I'm going to link out the photo. So that's that done. The inputs for the phono stage here, which are here. Obviously the two phono connections are here and we got a ground, and I'm just going to link these out. That's that one and that one actually, I think. Or it might be that one and that one. Whichever. They're just going to be linked out. So there's one, there's two. So that's going to be 1, 2, yeah, just going to link them through. So that's it for now. I'll be back shortly. So that's that done. That's it for this part 2. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it so far. Bit of fun. Let's have a bit of fun, shall we? It's only designed as a bit of entertainment for everybody. Occupies my time. You might learn something, you might not learn something. I'm not interested in all the naysayers. Oh, you don't want to do that. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments on this. Oh, you shouldn't have done that to a nice 102. The thing's not worth £100. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's worth 150 quid. But by doing what I'm doing, we're transforming this humble device into something that may or may not, might be wasting my time here. I've done it before with good results, and the people I've done it for, I haven't done it for myself, the people I've done it for have actually said, God blimey, that's well worth it, thanks for that. I much appreciate your efforts and your work on that. So it must be worth it. But realistically, it's not a great deal of money on the second-hand market, but it could turn a monster into a prince or a king of preamps, couldn't it? Just with the aid of these devices and a few other little tweaks. And ultimately the power supply that feeds all this, which is I will cover in part 3, and how you can really lift the quality of this by doing some earthing mods if you wanted to. There's all sorts of information on Pinkfish Media, Mr. Tibbs, him good self, many moons ago, back in the day. You split, all this comes back to a single point earth here, and he split the earth into two, so they, in effect, the left and right didn't clash, and apparently it was very good. I mean, other people were using are they Tracos, DC to DC converter regulators. I think they're pants, absolute pants, and they sit on the sound terribly. With my experiments, I've had them, tried them many times. No, they don't work. I'm sorry, but many people tried that. They even built a preamp, a PFM preamp. I built one. I didn't like it. It's fine, but I didn't like it. But that's just me being who I am. But that's it in this part. Many thanks for watching. Thanks for all the new subscribers. See you in part 3. Bye for now.